So I know you were just saying it, gave you some peace in your life. Well, I'm here to disrupt that. Do you know how hard it's
Oh
been to
man.
say nothing about this movie to you for the past
Past
like
like
week?
week, yeah.
You know how much Amanda has heard from me in the last week? This
I
is
I'm
this
excited. I'm
is the
excited.
Devil's Work podcast,
Love that's how you
the
bring us
Icky
in.
Quickies, where
Yep.
we dissect more recent films
Hmm.
a little less thoroughly, a little more lovingly.
Yeah, yeah.
And
We go to the movies.
yeah, we go to the movies. The devils go to the movies.
This is the devil's night out, baby.
And today we're doing the Zach Cregger Austin Abrams vehicle weapons.
What?
Weapons, or as I at first lovingly called it, and now derisively call it, longer legs.
Longer leg. That's so funny.
I
Well,
like
for context for that joke for people who aren't familiar,
it.
he absolutely shat all over long legs. So this is
So
gonna be a fun
much.
one.
So much. I will say about halfway through the movie, I was like, they should call this thing Longer Legs. And then at the end of the movie, I was like, they should have called this thing Longer Legs.
Well, I mean, if that's indicative of the conversation we're about to have, this is gonna be interesting. But yeah, I mean, we're going to be talking about this one. I have been excited about Weapons for a while now, ever since
Me
the release
too.
of it. I had no idea what the fuck to expect. Obviously, going in, I think that's pretty much a through line for a lot of the ones that we cover on here that are quickies because we try and keep it like as blank slate as possible before we walk in.
Yeah.
Like we try
Yeah,
not to have any
if I know I'm gonna
preconceived.
watch a movie, I just don't even bother watching the trailers if I can
Yeah,
avoid it. So for
yeah.
this, I saw the first teaser and was like, well, that looks interesting. So
Yeah, I was
tell me
dreading the
nothing
release.
else.
Yeah, I was dreading the release of the theatrical for that reason. I was like, "Oh, this looks good. I bet that trailer is gonna fuck it up for me." But I was having a good time. I mean, let's just think like walking in. I did avoid most of what I could. I didn't even see like the cast and who was attached and everything. I was like, that looks. It sounds interesting. Like it's like I like the cast alone. Like the cast alone was fucking fantastic.
I did like the cast. All of the acting was great.
Yeah.
I think it's a very fun movie while it's happening. But then after it was over, I was like, hold on. It's like being in the Minority Report future crime thing. I was like, hold on. Wait a minute. Oh fuck. Just noticing all the things that
Yeah.
I'll eventually point out here, but I mean I can't deny while it's happening it's really fun. It's a 2 hour whitest kids you know sketch.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that's
literally. Yeah.
that's kind of a big part of the issue for me.
Okay,
But
that's interesting. Well, that's gonna be interesting even when we do Barbarian. Then, like the episode itself is gonna be interesting because this is. I will say, I know you haven't seen it, so and without any spoilers at all, they're alike in terms of the storytelling vehicle that he's using being like something that American audiences aren't used to seeing very much. Because I likened the storytelling aspect of Barbarian to Martyrs when I first saw it, which
mm,
is like, and for you and I, that's like that. Okay, we understand the reference, but for other people, it's like Martyrs is three different movies in one fucking movie. Like it is
mhm.
literally just Act One, Two, and Three, and and it's told in a very interesting way where we're kind of like going a lot forward, then we back up just a little bit, go a lot forward, back up just a little bit, and that's kind of how Barbarian, like the cadence of Barbarian is. It's kind of like it feels like there's three direct movies happening in this one film. Like they're almost
Oh,
like
but
vignettes.
it does the same kind of thing that Weapons does with the structure, where it kind of in a funny way, like obviously, I mean, it's kind of the same thing as just foreshadowing,
Hmm. Hmm.
but in a weird way, there's like this kind of unexplainable element where I felt like in Weapons, a lot of it was constructed the way you would tell a joke,
Oh
the
yeah.
way, but ultimately in like in practice, it's no different than showing a gun in Act One and it goes off in Act Three.
Yeah,
But it's
yeah.
just these little things where he's like, "Oh, what happened to your finger? It was a work accident." And then when you find out what it is, like I immediately went, "Oh yeah, it was a work accident." But it's I don't know. There's just this unspeakable element to it where and that's like actually very serious when you find out like what that is and the
Hmm.
implications of it and especially the
Yeah.
implications of him lying to her
Hmm.
about it when he
Yeah.
doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um but yeah, it just kind of feels like it's constructed like a big sketch, not like a serious narrative just in this way that I can't really explain, and that
Mhm.
doesn't take away anything from it, but I did find it kind of fascinating.
Yeah, it is interesting because even like that's what I'm saying. He has a very unique approach to how he like lays out the like how he composes the actual story. It's a very I mean maybe again not unique to people who like us who are very much in tune with like films outside of the US and stuff and very much we love a movie that plays with narrative structure. We love a movie that
Hmm.
plays with like timing and all that stuff. But like it's not common in a lot of horror films to be using that trope effectively. It's kind of like used for a bit or like a gag, like just to kind of like I was talking about this earlier. Like I appreciated that the jump scares were like kind of few and far between in this movie. I appreciated that they were very sparingly used, and like when they were done, it was pretty effective for me. I thought they were a lot of fun.
They were, but they were also all extremely telegraphed, and I don't know. I feel like there's kind of a sweet spot with it, and
I know what you're. I
it
get what you're
was
saying, even when you use that word. That's so funny.
it,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
it's kind of like every time it was like Amanda would like kind of and I'd be like, yeah, it's definitely coming. It's definitely like it's gonna happen. Like don't release because it's been so long. It's clearly happening.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like the looking around the house and then going to. I thought it was funny. The kid had a Raspberry Pi.
Mm-hmm.
Do you
Mm-hmm.
know what that is? The
Mm-mm.
it's it's like one box, but it has slots for like NES, SNES, and Sega.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
like
yeah.
that's what the kid
But
didn't
they,
have just like an SNES.
yeah,
He had all three in one in this little like
in the little like box thing.
hacker
Yeah,
machine.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like as he's trying to unplug that and then he turns around. You
Mm-hmm.
know, like it
Mm-hmm.
went just long enough that you might start to think, but also it was just very clear what's going to happen.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But again, but I appreciated the like again composition of those scares. I appreciated the way that they were kind of playing. He talked about he did an interview with the last podcast boys.
I actually listened to the whole thing.
Oh, did you? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So
yeah.
I
But go
really
on, please,
like
just so you know.
I love that he mentioned The Exorcist 3 and The
It
Conjuring
is the all-time best jump scare.
of all time. It literally
Yeah.
in history,
I,
like
I
scientifically, it's fucking incredible.
I mean, I for sure saw The Conjuring in like 2005 or
Yeah,
something
yeah, yeah.
when it was a thing. Like, okay, 2013 is when it came out, so I mean, fucking sue me. But I just meant like a long time
Yeah,
ago.
yeah, yeah, yeah. When it came
Um,
out, yeah, for sure. Hard saying, and that's the thing. Like the scene that he's referencing, like that jump scare. I remember being in the theater and being like, I bet that shit. Oh shit!
I
Like I
just
remember it being effective on me.
I just don't remember what it actually is. Is it like
It's
a nun?
really no, it's really cool. Like that's the thing. I like the first Conjuring. I will always hold up as like a solid, good, fucking scary movie. It's a really good movie. But the scene is like the kids are in bed and they're hearing like scratching, I think, or knocking in the armoire that's like across the way from them. So the camera's behind their beds and the camera's looking at the armoire, but it's cut off. The frame is cut off just where the top of the armoire would be, like the dresser. And so you hear the scratching, and then all of a sudden it goes really quiet, and then the camera tilts up just slightly, and she's on top of the
Oh,
fucking thing, like standing
oh,
there,
okay, okay.
which
So
is
that's what you're
so
referring
good.
to.
Yeah, it's so good. Really good because it's not like in your face boo. It's not like that. It's just like takes a long
It's
time to get there, drags out,
it's
but then it's like, ooh, that's a good solid stinger.
It's funny though because both of them have the function of like, okay, this is literally happening because it's a movie.
Hmm.
which is like it's effective because it's a movie.
Yeah.
But then if you think for like 5 seconds, it's kind of like this always cracks me up to be like, yeah, all of these fucking like haunted house movies, these fucking ghosts have nothing better to do than it'd be like, oh, they just moved in. Let's like move a couple cups a couple of inches.
Oh
Let's
yeah,
let's see if
yeah,
they notice these fucking
yeah.
idiots. Ooh, let's like rattle the fucking door screen. Like, woo, like
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
I don't know why. It's just like hella funny to think of. But same with like the ceiling scare. It's just kind of like, okay, wait a minute. What did you get
But those were dream
out of doing all
sequences.
that?
That's the thing.
They were, but with what's going on, it's pretty much like she's projecting these things.
Well, we'll
But
try and save spoilers for a
but
second,
then
but yeah.
it kind of has the same effect of long legs of like, but why are you doing this? Why are you just giving hints to these people?
Oh,
Why are
I see
you
what you're
like
okay, I
it
see what you're saying now.
it
That makes sense and
it's
I
kind of like
understand,
if it
yeah.
wasn't a movie, that would never it would like why would you
Yeah,
ever do
yeah.
that to yourself?
Like you talked about it in even in the other one where the villain given the speech to in Frozen or whatever like that. I think it was like why
Yeah.
the fuck is he
Yeah, he's like by himself.
yeah, by himself giving the speech in Frozen. You're like, why?
Yeah, he's by himself still acting like a good guy, even though
Yeah.
he's like the secret bad guy. And it's
Hmm.
just like, well, why would he go to these such lengths?
Yeah,
Like
for
it's
sure.
only because it's a movie and you're trying to trick me. Like
Hmm.
it, like
Yeah, it's fun. you know what? Well, okay. Let's get to. I was gonna say, let's get to the spoilers section. If I would clearly say, go watch this, go check this out.
it's funnier than it is scary.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah,
it's
yeah,
about 70% humor.
yeah, for sure. It's hilarious. It's so well written in that regard too. It's really well
With
done.
yeah, and while it is fun, it's also again it falls on the long legs thing of like it's been marketed as the scariest thing you're ever going to see for
Oh
so
yeah, no, I
long, and
didn't.
then it just
Yeah,
ends up being funny, and it's just like, oh well.
yeah, for sure. I get that, and I get your expectations going into it. I just didn't. I really had none going into it. That's why I was like so delighted by what I got because it was just like also just fucking because of where my head has been and the shit going on in my personal life lately. This was a nice little 2 hour escape for me. It
Hmm.
was a nice and it's a good shut off your brain. You ain't got to think too hard about it, but it's really well like composed, well shot.
It's a good movie to watch in the woods while you slam heroin in a tent.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's go check it out. We're gonna get into spoilers right now though, and then in that we'll also bring up the interview was fucking fascinating. I actually really enjoyed his interview a lot. But yeah, we'll talk about that as we go on. But yeah, man. Okay, now that the kids are asleep, fucking wasn't expecting a witch movie. That was cool.
Oh,
I liked it.
I mean, I just feel like it's really played out right now.
I thought it was going towards cults,
We
and
just,
that is fucking played out.
I just feel like, I feel like ever since The Witch,
Mhm.
Long Legs, Bring Her Back, this movie, they're all just kind of hitting like similar beats and then just being like, I don't know, bro, magic. And like this ended up literally being the exact same motivations and the exact same purpose and the exact same basically thing that they were doing as The Witch. It was literally just modernized The Witch.
Oh, you mean the Vavitch?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just straight up Eggers the Witch,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
in a cul-de-sac.
yeah, and yeah, suburban cul-de-sac for sure. Oh, that is
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah, then you bring it up. I,
And
I haven't seen
that's
it in so long, and I haven't just
me
like,
neither, but it's very good.
oh, it's so fucking
It's
good. Yeah,
very good.
so good.
So it's not that I don't like the ideas in this movie. It's just that I was so prepared for it to be something like so much more grandiose and something that I'd
Hmm.
like never thought of and something like really interesting. Like by the time, so the movie is called Weapons and it has just like the most delicious, crunchy, just mouth-watering metaphor for school shootings just sitting right there. Like
Yeah, and
ever
I thought that was where it was gonna go at one point too. Yeah.
ever since I saw the trailer, I was like, so this movie is clearly about school shootings, but it's going
Interesting.
to wrap it up as a horror movie. What is the angle going to be?
Hmm.
How are they going to do this? And when we sit down and they get into, oh, this entire class is gone except for one kid, and he's the kid who is getting bullied, whose life was shit because of Josh Brolin's son, that little asshole. And I was like so prepared as we like got into all the witchiness.
Yeah.
Like I really wanted it to be like, oh, well, at first you didn't like what the witch was doing, but now all of a sudden she's like, oh, you have to offer someone else up, and he's like, can it be my bullies?
Hmm.
Like
Hmm.
using the magic to basically do a school shooting.
I see which is an interesting angle for a. I think like pretty much no director's going to touch that right now, but I get yeah. I that is a very interesting angle.
Well,
Yeah.
I think as well, like so a big part of this movie, I'm kind of getting ahead of myself here. A big part of this movie, as we were talking about, is the structure.
Yeah.
And I love the structure. I do think it's very, very
Yeah.
interesting.
So well composed, man.
It reminds me of like narrative games where you just get to choose like, yeah, I'll play James's chapter and then I'll play
Yeah.
Paul's chapter.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. For
You know,
choose your own adventure type shit. Yeah.
yeah, and
Yeah.
then once you finish all of those, you get the end one
Hmm.
that tells you everything.
Was it Heavy Rain? Was that the game that I'm thinking about? And the
Yeah,
PS2 that kind of did that too. It was like
yeah.
you played three
Um,
stories that like they interact at some point. It all has to do with
they
like
do. They all come to a head, but I
yeah.
don't know if you choose it. It's been
No, I don't
so
think you do, but it's yeah, it is that thing though that you're describing is literally just play one piece of the puzzle, then you put another one together
yeah.
by playing another character. Yeah.
Yeah, but I just
Yeah.
mean in terms of like, even though they all had little pieces that explained things in the other stories,
Hmm.
but I really do think you could watch the first four chapters
Yeah.
in any order. It's only Marcus and Alex that need to be in a
Together.
specific place.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
but I think you could pretty much watch any of those in any order and it
Hmm.
still works. And I definitely thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, that kind of plays into how you're thinking about like it's written like a sketch. You know what I mean? They're
mhm.
all kind of little pieces. They're vignettes of stories that you kind of take and you can mix and match however you
Yeah.
want.
Let me do this. Let me give all the positives first.
Sure.
James was the best character.
James was remind me.
Austin Abrams, the
Yes.
heroin addict,
Yes, dude, he's so good in this. Yeah, hell yeah.
very very J coded.
Funny, yeah, Jay as fuck for sure. The scene where he keeps getting up after he decks him was funny as shit.
Oh
In
yeah, at the
the
end.
house, yeah.
Yeah. I just really enjoyed him, even though obviously he's like despicable, but I mean,
Mhm.
at least he's not a pig like Paul. But
Yeah, it's so yeah, you're right. It is so interesting how they had like because he really it almost feels like a Coen Brothers movie in that sense too. I
hmm
mean, shout out fucking No Country for Old Men. Like
God,
speaking of, but
take me back to the first hour of this film.
I was loving it. And you know it's so funny because like when it finished, I was so like relieved that it wasn't cults. I was so relieved that it wasn't cults because I was like the little like the triangle in the beginning, I was like,
Yeah, I did. I
cultish.
think that's too much, and
Yeah.
yeah, I don't. I think they shouldn't have done that.
Well, even that, I didn't mind it. I was just like, it felt indicative of like we're going down cult territory. I'm like, ah, fuck, come on, man. Like,
Yeah,
so many cult movies. Like, it's fine. It's a good trope, but it's been literally done so fucking much recently. So it's like I'm
yeah.
good on that. But the witch one, I didn't mind the angle of it because it being sort of like a fucking weird take on Gretel and Hansel. Like it's kind of one of those things, which I thought was neat. I thought it was a cool little like again like vehicle for the storytelling that he's trying to do here. I thought that
hmm
was cool. I didn't. I do agree with you that some of it didn't land. Like some of it kind of like one thing for me was like the water thing. I thought the water thing was kind of play more into the ending, but like that
Hmm.
kind of just kind of gets left at the wayside.
Yeah, and that's something that I did see people say because
Hmm.
so, basically what ends up being the twist in this film to catch up the people that don't care to see it and they just want to listen
Yeah,
to something
yeah.
while they're working, my peoples. Um, so basically, these children all run out like Naruto in the middle of the night out of their
Yeah.
houses, and only their parents have ring cameras, no one else in the city because they are captured leaving the houses, but no one sees anything else, and they all kind of run in straight lines and disappear. And Julia Garner plays Justine Candy, the teacher of that class, and her and one little boy, Alex, are the only ones left that didn't disappear from this whole class.
Hmm.
And Josh Brolin, who is absolutely a registered Republican, is completely convinced that this fucking blue-haired leftist, she doesn't have blue hair, but that she's to
That's
blame
so
for
funny.
this. And
Someone online said I love her Justin Timberlake looking ass.
that's hilarious. I was talking with a friend recently, and he goes, "Oh yeah, man, Julia Garner." Yeah, and we, me, me and Dan, we were playing games with him. Me and Dan just both started dying laughing. We were like, "Fucking hamina hamina ass!" Like, come on, bro, calm down. Like you mentioned her. How are you so
Exactly.
surprised?
Oh, that's
Um,
so fucking funny, dude. Yeah.
there's a lot of MCU actors in this movie,
Oh yeah, yeah, it's basically yeah,
and
exactly. This is side quest for all of them.
and Pedro was going to be Josh Brolin.
Really
Yeah, I don't.
interesting.
This was a much better casting. I don't think
Oh,
I
for
could have.
sure.
I
Yeah,
don't
for
think I could
sure.
have believed him as this guy.
Yeah, he would have just been a little too. It just becomes the Pedro Pascal show after that. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I just.
after.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I get it. Brolin is fucking. Yeah, he was perfect casting for this too. Like, God, it just makes me want to go watch No Country again, dude.
Mm.
It's such a good fucking movie.
No, there's a fucking film.
Hell yeah, dude. But yeah,
Um.
yeah.
So the two of them, both are trying to kind of figure out what's going on in their own ways until those
In their own ways, yeah.
eventually converge. And what we end up eventually discovering is that, it's not a plan by the kids. It's not any sort of it's less convoluted than you would think,
Yeah,
essentially.
yeah.
And what it ends up being is that this kid Alex has a relative question mark
Hmm.
that comes to stay with them,
Yeah.
and it turns out she's a witch. And she needs to have the kids stand around in the basement and eat chicken noodle soup so she can absorb their life energy,
Yeah.
which kind of doesn't seem to be working too well throughout the movie.
It's weird because I was trying to place the timing too of everything because like you don't know how long it actually takes place over the course of. I think it's like a couple of days.
No, it's about 2 months.
Oh, is it?
Well, it starts a month after the children
Oh,
disappear,
okay.
and
Yeah.
then so when we watch Alex's story, it's about 2 months
I
of time
see. It
because
was yeah, it was hard to get a like a bearing on just how many days had passed in between scenes and shit.
yeah, when they're doing the like counseling scene in the beginning, the like assembly for the town, they mention it's been a
You're
month
right.
since.
You're right.
So basically, it starts when they're kind of like, hey, we might want to start thinking
Hmm.
maybe some of these kids aren't coming back.
Yeah, because I was just wondering just
Oh
in terms
man.
of like how relative to her literally they use the imagery and there's a through line of parasite in this movie. So like how her parasitic powers, like how those
It's
are fueling her, you know what I mean?
it's so over the top in terms of like it's not even foreshadowing, it's just written on every wall to the point where it's like, I mean, it kind of blows my mind to listen to the last pod interview where he compares himself to fucking David Lynch and then goes, "But I don't know. I actually don't have an answer to any of this, and there isn't one." And It's just it fucking blows my mind to like be like, oh, I'm big and mysterious, and then just have every scene be like parasites, parasites, cordyceps, cordyceps. Oh, do you know what happens to a parasite and its host? Oh, do you know what a tapeworm is? Just like to a comical degree that this town was just obsessed with parasites over this fucking month.
Yeah.
And I've seen people be like, well, that's because of like the magic she was doing off screen and that it was like a little bit in everyone's subconscious. And to that I
Mhm.
say, fuck you. Firmly.
I
Firmly.
love how you went from the synopsis into shitting on it.
I really did. But anyway, to bring it back, you brought up one of my pain points. She has like a magical bonsai tree that
Hmm.
she pulls a branch off of, and she stabs herself and wipes her blood on it and wraps around a personal affect of a person,
Hmm.
and they become her like thrall. And then if she takes the hair of someone else and wraps it around the stick and breaks it, they'll just go batshit crazy until they murder the person the hair belongs to.
Yeah.
So that's the weapons. But I'll go into that later. But yeah, it ends up being a witch movie. This
Hmm.
witch is stealing these children, and yeah, I wish it were something more. I was just so prepared for it to be something more, and
Yeah. I didn't I felt again like for me I didn't really need anything big and convoluted. I really didn't need, too much. I thought again cult or it was going to be government conspiracy. Like that's where it was the either one of those was where my mind was going initially. So
can
I was like, okay, yeah.
so one of my big issues is that the name weapons is both way too obvious once you spend like 20 minutes with the movie,
Hmm.
and also it's not really what they were. Like them, like
She was
the
using them as
well, yeah, but the weaponization was more reactive and secondary. It's not really what they were for.
like their purpose.
Yeah, like they weren't really actually to be used as weapons.
Hmm.
They were to
They
be
just
used
happened to
as
be,
batteries. They just
yeah.
happen to have that dual purpose of
Hmm.
like being able to send them out like that. I heard somewhere that the original ending to this movie was that Alex eventually realizes that she's never going to give his parents back after she takes them, and so he goes out and he takes like branches from the tree, and then he goes and makes a bunch of thralls of his own, and then they just have like a big battle using
Oh
their
shit, that's
weapons.
crazy.
That would have been so much better.
That
That's an
is an
original
interesting ass
idea.
fucking. That's a
That's a
crazy
fucking
ass.
original idea. Like that's kind of where I thought it was going when I
Uh,
saw all the kids in the basement. I was like, "Oh fuck, like what if there's like another witch and she's going to use these kids to like usurp power from this other fucking like, magical being, or
mhm,
use them as weapons to further some goal."
mhm,
Like there would be like this school shooting element, this like child soldiers element, this fucking
mhm,
like terroristic warfare element. And I mean, that's kind of the thing, is like the movie had me going like, oh fuck yeah, like happily imagining things. And it doesn't have to be exactly what I think it's going to be,
mhm.
like that's not a requirement for me to enjoy a movie.
Yeah,
But I was just like, oh man, like I really thought it was going to be like way deeper than that,
sure, yeah.
especially by the point that we have like the all these layers of the politics of the town and everything.
Hmm.
And then it
Hmm.
just ends up being, oh, turns out they were right to do a witch hunt. It just wasn't the right person. Whoops.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Which misdirect, you know what I mean? Like that's kind of red herrings and all that stuff is kind of inherent in the genre. You kind of have to have that.
I mean, you don't. Like,
I'm just
yeah.
saying for the type of movie that it is, though, it's like that. Yeah, I get it. It's like small town. You're trying to
I
build intrigue. You're trying to build. You know what I mean? So like, I get why they did it. I understand, but I understand your point as well. I understand why you hate it.
I told Amanda, I was like, it's kind of the same issue of like no one can write a good Batman story anymore
Hmm.
because no one's having him like do any detecting. Instead, it's like You are El Rata. You are El Rata. Yeah, that's not how Spanish works. He's telling you that that's like a website URL. Oh, thanks, Alfred. Good thing you told me that. That's actually what happens to the Batman. I hope I just saved somebody 2 hours because that movie sucks shit. Um, but it's just like the mystery ends up ultimately being, oh, do you know what triangulation is? Like that would have been like one of the first things that anyone did in that investigation is
Oh,
watch the
like
foot.
yeah, when when he's doing it himself, like
Yeah,
yeah.
any investigator would have watched those tapes and just been like, oh yeah, they ran this way, they ran that way. Okay, let's triangulate. That's all he did was like an incredibly basic. So literally, the whole mystery is solved by he goes to one other person's house and is able to perfectly triangulate it into that area. And then Marcus attacks Justine, and then Justine goes, "Oh yeah, the one kid who didn't disappear lives in that area." And then they had solved the entire mystery. So it's just, but that happens over an hour and a half because we're also following James and Paul while they kind of just do a bunch of stuff to end up there at the end.
Mhm.
Like not really contribute. It's just to justify them being there at the end.
Yeah,
So it
like in the house with him.
yeah. So
Yeah.
like I really enjoyed it and I even enjoyed like the actual ending sequence. But as we walked out, I was like, I think I like it. And then after like another 10 minutes, I was like, man, I'm really upset because I don't like it. Like I really, really wanted to like it, even to the point of being a little in denial when it was happening. I was like, no, no, this is fine. This is fine. And then it just brings me back to exactly like Long Legs and Bring Her Back. I'm just like, you don't even know the answers. And then to hear Crager literally go, yeah, I don't even know the answers. There probably aren't any. It's just like you don't have to tell me the answer. I just have to believe there is one. There just has to be like an actual something
He
there.
did hint at that being fleshed out, like at the characters being fleshed out more than they're presented on screen. So it's not like there's not completely no answers. Like I understand what you're saying, but I think it's a little bit of, an overstatement on what he was saying. I think he was
Well,
more.
even like the floating gun, he like literally said, "I don't know what it means. I just thought it was like a striking image and it would get people talking." And that's just, I don't
Well,
know.
they asked him what it was, but I don't know if he got like.
Oh no, that's it in a different interview.
Oh, okay, okay,
He said
okay.
I just thought it would be interesting and people would talk about it, so that's
Hmm.
why I put it in there. And that's just I just I need more than that. And for him to boil down David Lynch to that is like insane to me.
I thought the inspirations for David Lynch was in here and present. I thought that was fun though. I liked to even her down to her look. I like the way that was a callback to Firewalk with Me. I like
I'm
that.
gonna
That was fucking cool.
I'm gonna let you say a bunch of nice things about it because it's not the worst movie ever. I've just
I
had
would like to
a
make bring a little balance to this motherfucker.
yeah, I've just had a lot of time to think about all the things I wanted to say to you about it. So you just say good things about
Yeah.
it for a minute and I'll be quiet.
I really love. I'm telling you, I loved the cinematography. The way that this thing was shot was fucking
It
amazing.
was good
It
cinnamon.
is fucking so dumb. It
Thank
is
you.
fucking incredible. The way that that was seeing little behind the scenes clips that they've been rolling out this week of the way they shot the liquor store scene where
Hmm.
they're rolling on like the DP's on fucking skates and shit like right behind her. That shit's crazy. Did you see those?
No, which scene
Uh,
is that?
it's
Is
in
that
the liquor store when she's getting chased.
when she gets attacked?
Yeah, when she's getting attacked by Marcus. Like, yeah, like you could see the dude, and he cuts a
Oh,
fucking
sorry.
great
I was
corner.
thinking of the other time she gets attacked in a liquor
Oh
store,
no, no, yeah,
which
yeah,
which
not.
sounds like a joke to
Yeah, yeah.
people that are hearing me like shit on this movie. That probably just sounded like I was like, no,
No, like
literally.
yeah, she's in them, but also that's also like part of the character, which again I appreciated that too.
I I I did like that.
I
Sorry,
liked her. Yeah, I liked the personal like battle with alcoholism being the
scum,
case of it.
well-meaning scumbags aren't just for men anymore.
Yeah,
And I did like that.
Yeah, this one's for the girlies.
I did like that though. This, because
Yeah,
I did tell Amanda it is interesting to me because oftentimes we are presented with like Spike Spiegel,
yeah,
someone
yeah,
who's
yeah.
like
You just wouldn't understand. I'm a loner. I'm a rebel.
yeah, they're like on the surface, they're just a giant piece of shit, or even like a Jimmy McNulty from The Wire, where it's like I mean, he's a cop. That's a huge strike to begin with. He's an
Yeah, it's points
alcoholic.
against
He's
you.
he's a philanderer. He's all of these things,
Hmm.
and this can only exist in fiction.
Hmm.
He's truly what he wants to do is solve these murders, and it's
Hmm.
the only thing
Yeah,
that
this could only
gives him
exist
any
in fiction.
semblance of like feeling like things are okay is like he can do the work. He can't be a person, but he can do the work,
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so to have that as a woman for once was pretty interesting because usually
yeah.
the female protagonist is just like we love her, yes, queen.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like they're very complex characters with like a lot of layers too. Even I thought, what was was it Paul? Is
Hmm.
the dad, right?
No, no, Paul is the cop, Archer.
Archer. Yeah, yeah, yeah. His character, Josh Brolin. Fuck it,
Hmm.
let's just call him
Thanos,
Thanos. Uh,
Cable.
I liked that all of them were so realized as characters to the point where like they show him in the beginning with the in the son's bed and stuff
Hmm.
like that, and you see how he's hurting and stuff like that. But like I really enjoyed the fact that like usually I would say there's points against this, but the fact that we're focusing on him solely and like the wife is really just a background character because it has to be about his like drive that's like, so laser focused on this like objective.
I did have mixed feelings about that
Hmm.
because even though like I said I like that about the Julia Garner
Hmm.
character, I do get kind of a weird feeling from just the pattern that his female characters elicit.
Hmm.
Is like just the how evil the witch is, how Justine's, just basically a big piece of shit idiot who happens to be around kids but is like inappropriate with them and might
Yeah, it
not
was
be a good
so.
teacher.
That was interesting too to see that because it was like, yeah, again, that kind of is well-meaning, but again, like I like the way that they put it in the movie. It was like, I know that this comes from a place of you caring. I know that this is, but it's just not appropriate. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
was like, I appreciated the realness and the grounding in that statement and the way they
I
made it.
I did, but just when you look at all of his female characters, it does paint a weird picture. And I did see some people say, I didn't notice it as much just in Barbarian, but now that across two films, I kind of like scan all his female characters, it does give a weird impression. And I'm getting that just from this one,
Hmm.
where it's like the way Justine is, the way like the Paul's wife like gets cheated on and then immediately goes and assaults her, and then Archer's wife being like, "Get the fuck over it. Our kid's dead." You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah,
it.
I didn't really get that much from her character, but I understand, yeah, the same because they didn't give
She
her.
literally comes in and goes,
Yeah, yeah.
She goes, I'm going to work as basically like you're just a lazy piece of shit. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like he's going through grief involving a child you both share that
Yeah,
you
yeah,
pushed out of your body and you don't seem to like really care at
yeah.
all. But it's
Yeah.
just because like he needed opposition. So like let's make his wife a bitch,
Hmm.
So it just was kind of
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I never really got that from. I mean, Barbarian. I can't really say that I agree with that in there, having seen that
I
movie.
have had some of Barbarian ruined for me, and namely someone saying it is a little odd that in both of his movies, essentially the evil thing is an unattractive woman.
I mean, I don't know. That's not really. I don't know. It's not really a thing for me. I didn't really like. I don't know. I wouldn't read too much into that. That just sounds
We'll
like
see
someone
what
trying to pick shit
we'll
up
see
in
what
the movie.
happens with his inevitably bad Resident Evil movie.
I don't know, dude.
And
I'm excited.
that's not against him. That's I mean, well, it kind of is because he said I'm just gonna do my own thing. It's not gonna be like a Resident Evil canon. And it's like, yeah, we tried that. We had 9 movies of that, and they were all
Did he
bad.
not say it was going to be canon? I thought he was in.
No, he said he's not using any legacy characters. He's not using any of the characters from the games or anything in the
Mhm.
franchise. It's just gonna be like a zombie story with some people we don't know.
I don't know, man.
I'm
I
just like,
will
yeah, we
will
tried that for 9 movies, Zach, and they were all
Zach.
bad. They were all bad. All they ever had to do was just have Jill and Chris and Leon do some stuff.
Well, if I
Look,
can get back to praising this for a little bit.
all right, I'll be quiet.
I did appreciate the humanness of the characters. What I really appreciated the most, though, was in the interview that he put this together because it reads. I mean, now it reads like very blatantly as a metaphor for that, but I didn't get it when I was first watching it. Was the fact that the 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 ending, the last chapters are basically the metaphors for living with someone who is experiencing alcoholism and
Hmm.
or like addiction of any kind of sort. And I was like, oh, that's very interesting the way that like plays out, and it's
It
like completely true what he said.
It is, but that kind of makes me wish that like that would have just been the whole movie because like on the strength of that, like I did think all of those sequences were really strong and you're totally right about the
Mm-hmm.
characters. I do think all of the characters are excellent and this town feels very real and very lived in and that's
Mm-hmm.
a big, part of my disappointment, but I do think on every like technical level it's very very sound. It's very good. It looks great. The soundtrack is really good, and he
Sound is so
apparently wrote a
good.
bunch of it.
He did the
We
scoring with with two people that he'd known from childhood. That shit is
um,
so good too. The weird use of like tones in the end where they're like horns that are being blown, but it's like distorted and there's like three layers on top of each other. Very cool. I love the way that shit played out. I was like, whoa, this is fucking neat.
it's. I mean, I feel like this is how I felt about a lot of movies this year. Is there's a lot of like masterful shit going on,
Mm.
but then also a lot of what to me registers as bungling. But there's like these. Like I just wish that a lot of the horror movies of the last year or so had just gone through like two more rounds of editing. Just a little hey Zach, so Paul and James show up during the day and Paul goes in and James is in the car until the nighttime when Paul drags him into the house. But then later, when we do Alex's chapter, Alex just comes home one day and the cop car is there and he reacts to it. So it's obviously the first time he's seen the car. But then he comes into the house and they're both inside.
The pause for effect.
Like, I mean, it doesn't like make it the worst movie ever, but it is just like, how does that go through writing, filming, editing, and release without someone going, hey, we actually really fucked up the sequence on this because the way it reads now is Alex just didn't come home one night. Alex just didn't come home the night that Archer or the night that Paul and James showed up. He came home the next day because when he walks in, they're both in the house and they're both zombies.
Hmm. Hmm.
So,
I get what you're saying. There's like a missing pickup shot or something like that there.
well, if it was the same day that Paul showed up,
Hmm.
James should still be in the car yelling because he didn't bring James into the house until night.
Hmm.
So it just ends up out of order in a way where it's like watching the Dragon Ball movies where it's like, but Krillin and Tien were never alive and on Earth at the same time after the Frieza saga. So like, how can this happen? Like, this is a fun movie and it's cool to see them fight Broly, but like, it just doesn't actually fit.
Yeah, I feel you. I don't know, man. I really, again, it was too many positives for me to dislike it. I get why you didn't like it. I understand that you wanted more out of it, but it just worked for me. It just was a fun little, like, all right, fine, cool. Because I was a big fan of Barbarian. I really loved, again, like the way that story is structured. I love the characters in that movie as well. The way that one's shot is fucking excellent. I again and like done on a budget of a shoestring ass budget too, which is fucking cool. I really really enjoyed it. He's got a unique approach about like how he goes about the storytelling and how he approaches like even the jump scares and stuff, and that's pretty much what you need to get me in the theater. Because I fucking hate the oversaturation of jump scares. I
I mean,
hate that.
I totally agree, but this movie had like many of them that ultimately, like I said, like her being on the ceiling is just like why?
I liked it. I liked
It
it.
just ends up being like it's just cuz it's a movie. Like there's no purpose to her. Same with her in the basement like waiting until he looks at her like why?
That's a record has to be a record reference.
It must be.
Yeah, it has to be.
That killed me too. We're shown how intricate her little ritual is, but she can do it in 15 seconds to a 6'4", 220-pound man who wants to fucking kill her with his bare hands. But she could do that in 10 seconds to Josh Brolin.
Yeah, but they also got the fucking Ace Ventura ass ending with the kids running after her, which was funny as fuck.
I need you to address what I said.
I'm just
How
saying
does she
it.
zombify
I'm
people
That's what I'm
within
saying is
like
that because he did it quick too. He did it while his parents were at the fucking door, like
well
trying to kill
well
his ass.
Well, yeah, but we saw him like move around and all this stuff. We saw her literally leap onto him in a basement where it was one on one. Like, I don't care that it's in the dark. She doesn't have the strength or enough arms to hold him down, get something off his body, take the twig, wrap it around, poke herself, get the blood, like get a piece of Julia Garner's hair and wrap it around and snap it. You're not doing that in 15 seconds when you're her. It's just there's just too much like blah, 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 I don't know for me to like it. And the
Mhm.
ending, like all the talk about like this being about Trevor or whatever, I don't buy whatsoever, except in the fact that if Trevor was alive, he would have played Gladys. The end of this movie is literally just every Whitest Kids You Know sketch
Mhm.
wherein Trevor wears a dress. Literally
Mm.
like the high stepping running away. Also, they're not fucking Naruto running in that sequence. Even in the Naruto running sequence, half of the kids just like couldn't take direction and are just running normally.
Yeah.
It was meant to be such a striking piece of imagery that actually had no meaning whatsoever and literally was just there so he could go, "Oh, the man who puked black bile all over you and like tried to kill you, he was running like the kids." It's not, the fact that he's the principal and all of a sudden he's homicidal, that wasn't enough to like stoke my interest, but they run same. I wish I liked it. I
I
really
know.
do.
I could
I
tell. I
really
could tell
do.
really that you
It's
do.
really upsetting. Like I enjoyed it. Like it was fun watching her get ripped apart.
Mm,
But then I was like, okay, so all these kids are just ruined forever. But it turns out they kind of already were.
that's what they
Uh,
say at the end. They
yeah.
literally all are Trump, which I appreciated that wrap up. I was like,
You
okay,
know
yeah,
what?
clearly.
I w They lied. They lied on the posters, they lied in the marketing, and they lied in the fucking narration in the film. These kids all disappeared. They never came back.
I mean, you could argue that they didn't.
You can't. You can't. They even go so far there he was even so scared to give it a bad ending that he even goes, "Well, some of them are talking now and like, so
Mm,
there's just no argument wherein they never came back isn't just a lie. It's the same shit as when they made the Arkham Knight game and
mm.
anyone who had ever read a Batman comic goes, "Yeah, he's Jason Todd, that's the Red Hood." And they were like, "No, no, no. He's an
No.
original character. It's not Jason Todd. Absolutely not." And then the game came out and it was just Jason Todd. It was just he even becomes the Red Hood by the end of the game. And again, I hope I just spoiled that for someone because it sucks shit. I love Batman so much.
I could
And I
tell as
hate that
well. I
so
could
much of it
tell.
is bad because it just makes it look like I hate Batman, but I love him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, if we're done shitting on the movie, can we rate it now?
I think we are, but I gotta try to think of something nice to say.
I don't think you can in the next 2 seconds, bro.
Um, the hmm.
Exactly. So on these portions, we like to rate the horns up, horns down. If we would just recommend you go see it, I can tell this is a very mixed feelings episode. But
Yeah.
I am personally gonna take horns up. I loved it. It was a good little run in the. I didn't need anything more. It's nice to look at, It's fucking fun. Get the jump scares, you get in, get out, you're done. You don't need to like it's not like heady. You don't need to watch it twice. I did. I had a great time both times, but it's fun. It's fun. Horns up.
God, the thing is, that's what I wanted. I wanted something I'd have to like pick apart multiple times. I wanted
I
like
don't
some
have the mental capacity to be this angry at something, so I can't empathize with you on this one,
God. Well,
buddy.
there's a reason my name is Skeptic. There's a lot of good things about it, but I just ended up feeling betrayed. That's where a lot of this anger comes from, is like I just really wanted something more, and it was so ripe for so much like commentary on so many things, and it just makes me so upset to see people go, "Well, it's about grief." It's not.
Mm.
In no way is it about grief. No one in this film is grieving. No one in this film really
Yeah, I think
loses anyone
Bring Her
like
Back is more about
Bring Her
grief than
Back is
anything. Yeah,
100%
yeah,
about grief. If
yeah.
like if someone had been like, well, Bring Her Back is about my dead friend, I'd be like, oh, okay, I believe that.
Hmm.
But I just don't see in any way the alcoholic thing. I totally see that, and I think that that would be a more compelling film if we removed everything else and just from the beginning we were with Alex and we knew that it was what was going on and how tormented he was and how badly he wanted to tell people.
Hmm.
Like, I think that would have been a much more compelling film, but he wrapped up that little piece of meaning, like he wanted to give something real there, but then he wrapped it up in all this other shit. And even in the interview, him saying like, "Oh, this transcendental meditation, this taking something from outside of yourself and creating it," but then he's also talking about like you always put a little bit of yourself into your art and all of these things.
Hmm.
And I think it's just that if it were a pure expression, it would be too vulnerable. So he has to wrap it in all of these other things.
Mm.
But this movie that had like, you could have talked about school shootings, you could have talked about coercion, you could have talked about grooming, you could have talked about the failure of the policing system, the failure of the education system, what happens in a small town when these things are going on.
Mm.
And it just touched on none of that. And it doesn't have to be this crazy grandiose thing, but it just like 90% of the way was. And then at the last second was like, actually, I don't know why there's a floating assault rifle halfway through the movie. Like, it actually doesn't mean anything. And it's just like, there was so much school shooting imagery to do nothing with it. It's just kind of bizarre. And
Mm.
so I'm kind of betrayed. I'm kind of also just absolutely fucking flummoxed of just like what even like how like
Yeah.
huh like at one point he said to someone like, well, I never even thought that it was about school shootings at all, and it's just like, were you fucking like high out of your mind on mushrooms every second of this creative process? Because like that's the only way I could understand that like you didn't even realize that was there. To
Mhm.
not want to explore it, that's another thing. But to
Mhm.
just be like, oh, I didn't even like think that was there is just like, oh,
I mean, who knows, man? Maybe it's hard for him to be vulnerable, but the
I
boy can make a good movie.
I would like man, and that's what kind of kills me now that I know that that's what the Alex parts were about. As the child of an alcoholic,
Mhm.
I think that that is like a fantastic metaphor for
Yeah,
that. And I would have liked to just be in that uncomfortability for 2 hours.
yeah,
And I
I
would
feel you.
and I would have turned around and gone, absolutely masterful. I've experienced this, like I totally get it.
Yeah,
But I do think we kind of like, you know, missing the forest for the trees kind of a thing.
I feel
Um,
you, and yeah, I mean, I understand. That's what I'm saying. I understand your disdain for what was presented up and like the hopes of what could have been. Like I
mhm.
get that. I 100% I do. It's just for me, it it was just enough of it was enough of things that I was like, oh, that's cool. That I was like, I didn't mind
I
it.
I just
I
like
didn't mind it.
spent all the time clipping newspapers and getting a cork board and getting all this red yarn out, and I just didn't have anything to do with it. Like I think that's like the best way to try to encapsulate, because it's not even like I fucking hate Zach Cregger or anything.
Mhm.
I was just so ready to be like, oh fuck, this means that and that means this and this means that, and like, ah, and then I was like, oh man, I took all that Adderall for nothing. Like I'm gonna be up all
I
night.
yeah, I think I mean again, I think it's exciting for me to see what he's got down the pipe because I'm very curious to see how he grows even as a filmmaker because he hasn't been doing movies for very long. But I mean, in my eyes, he's fucking two for two for right now. So I'm very
I
curious to
do still
see.
want to see Barbarian and the Resident Evil thing, to be very clear. It's way less about him. It's way more about we tried it for
Yeah,
15
yeah, yeah.
years. All those
That's
movies
why it's
suck.
hard for
All
me to
those
be
movies suck
excited
shit.
about. That's why it's hard for me to be excited about a DC property. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Or
E-
Superman
e-
at all. You know?
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then Superman was fucking fantastic.
Mhm. I still
Fantastic
haven't seen it.
Four
Fantastic was also fantastic.
was incredible. I was really into it. And
Yeah. See, I haven't seen those ones at all, but I've been wanting to
I
go.
I don't really like the Fantastic Four in the
Hmm.
comics. I've just never been compelled to read a Fantastic Four comic book. Like
Yeah.
when they show up in something, I'm like,
Hmm.
okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Cool.
and Superman, I used to feel that way about, but there's certain books that brought me around.
Hmm.
But I really love both of those movies.
Yeah, I
So
want to get to the theater and go watch them. It's not like it's completely out of place for us talking about a fucking being that half the cast is in this movie.
yeah, it is pretty funny just how many like just he must have paid out the ass for those three.
Oh yeah, yeah, I'd imagine
because
so.
it's Thanos, Julia Garner, and then who else is in this movie? There's at least one more.
I'm terrible with the names, but I know was it Benjamin Wong?
Yes, yes, Wong.
Yeah.
Thank you, fucking
Hmm.
Wong. Oh, that was the one thing that was also unequivocally about Trevor was the seven hot dogs.
Oh, I didn't. I see. I don't know as much Whitest Kids You Know lore at all. Like,
I didn't either, but I saw memes about it and it reminded me. There's a sketch where I'm gonna sneeze again.
yeah, yeah, for sure. I got. Yeah, I did not grow up on it as much, and I maybe have seen a couple, a handful in my life. You know what I mean? They're great, but I just am not as familiar.
There's just a sketch where someone's like, so how it's I think it's a doctor. He's like, how many hot dogs do you eat a day? And he's like, seven. I was like, seven? And
Oh,
then he
I get it.
starts
Okay, that's
kind of
so
trying to
funny.
bargain with him of like, no, no, I meant a week. And he's like, no, that's still fucking absurd. Like,
That's funny. Okay, well, that's what I'm saying. It's just like yeah, little nods to the audience and shit. It's like yeah, fine, fine, have fun,
yeah, yeah,
have
it
fun.
just I still enjoyed watching it. I just didn't enjoy like actually thinking about it later. So I'm very conflicted of how to rate this.
Well, it's 50-50 shot, so
Yeah, yeah, I think I'm gonna have to give what might be only my first or second, but horns down.
hmm,
I think I'm just gonna
it's
have to
fair.
say, yeah, it just wasn't worth the hype. It's longer legs. And I can't
It's
wait
long
till
leg.
6 months from now when someone makes fucking longest legs.
I don't know, though, but that's the thing. Like, you you you're saying that the state of horror movies lately has been kind of dim, but I don't know, man. I've had a lot of fun with the ones that we've had, even this year alone. Like, Sinners is still one of my fucking favorite movies.
Yeah,
I think still of
Sinners
all
was
time.
cool. It's the wave of, oh man, wasn't The Vitch cool? What if we did that? And that's what kind of lost me is just that it's like people were literally defending it going, yeah, stealing the essence of children to prolong their life is kind of like the most basic witch story you could tell. And I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of my problem is I was ready for, something very original and intricate. So to just be like, yeah, remember that movie from 8 years ago that everybody like really loved? That again.
Well, I mean, feelings were had on this movie. I'm just excited to see what the fuck he does next. Because I mean, I'm excited to see even how you feel about Barbarian when we finally do that episode on the show. Because it's gonna be, I like the movie, man. It's a fucking fun one.
Maybe we'll do it sooner than later, and we'll see. Tune in,
There you go.
listeners, to find out. Will Zach Cregger join Osgood Perkins
Will they
in
kiss?
in the Hall of Hacks?
All
Because
of
I'll
Max.
be honest, I'm very hopeful for Barbarian. I really hope that I enjoy it.
It's
Like
a good one.
I
It's a
love
good one.
Whitest Kids. I love
Hmm.
Zach as a person. I really hope that I will be into it.
Yeah.
But if I feel, remotely about it the way I do about this one, straight in the hack bin. That's gonna be the end of it for me.
Well, you guys will have to tune in, see if that happens, if they kiss on next week's episode. So, yeah, hit them with the plugs, and I mean, we're probably gonna get out of here. But you guys, we're in between. I'm gonna probably drop this one this week. So, ooh, I believe. Oh man, does another one come out this week? Oh shit.
I think the next one is the Greasy
No,
Strangler.
it is a street train. Okay, that's right. So it is next weekend, right? Like, whew, okay.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah, for
like,
a
fuck.
second you were like, am I pulling an all-nighter?
Exactly. Yeah, you guys get the Greasy Strangler next week, and that one is fucking absurd, man.
God,
You want to hear the opposite of how he felt about this one?
this covers it for me. This is a online comment. Was it a fun movie? Absolutely. Did it suck? Yeah.
So dumb.
It's the most accurate read I can give.
Oh man, well, I love that you're the detraction from everybody to go and watch it.
Hmm.
It just, oh man, well yeah, go ahead with the plug.
I could have really got cinema sins with it, but I was trying to avoid those accusations. Um Yeah, so we have been the Devil's Work podcast. We didn't introduce ourselves, but I'm Skeptic, and that's Sideshow.
Oh yeah, yo,
And
what's up?
we've been doing this for a while. We're trucking steadily towards 100 episodes here, and
Yep.
we're thinking about really pulling out all the stops for you guys soon. So
Yeah, it's gonna be
hit
fun.
that follow button on your podcatcher of choice, on the YouTubes,
Hmm.
on the TikToks, and the Instagrams. You can find us on Facebook at the Devil's Work Podcast, TikTok, the Devil's Work Podcast, Instagram, the Devil's Work Pod. You weren't expecting
There
that,
you
right? Roll of
go.
threes, baby. And on YouTube, the Devil's Work Podcast.
Yep.
You can also catch Sideshow streaming, maybe not right this
Sometimes,
moment, but
sometimes.
yeah, his life's been chaotic, but it's getting
Yeah,
better.
yeah, yeah.
He's using the cream, the ointment. And when
So
he is
fucking
streaming, you
stupid
could,
because I have cream.
yeah, Ben Gay, you bet I been.
That was good.
Thank you. Um, at twitch.tv/sideshow, spell it right, PSY.
Hmm.
And yeah, you can also reach out to us on Gmail if you want to tell me I suck shit at the Devil's Work Podcast at gmail.com.
Yeah, go and Naruto run over those comments. Let us know how you feel.
That's right. Create your own distinctive run. It doesn't have to mean anything.
All right, you guys. We'll see you next time. Later.